So this is the Quality Inn that my mom worked at. It was originally built for the Olympians that came here to do whitewater rafting for the '96 Atlanta Olympics. And then they eventually turned it into a motel. I had to come out here today and then all of that got messed up. But I thought maybe I would show you where it all happened. I stopped in here in the Food City because this gas station right here is a Food City gas station. And despite the fact that they have a camera literally pointed at the intersection, it's only pointed to where you can catch license plates and nothing else. I talked to the manager today. I've not been able to get up with this other gas station that's across the way. But so the story goes that my mom was in my old car. We had one car because she surrendered her car. And she drove my car. She worked third shift. I worked first shift. And she was coming out to the hotel to go to work. She worked at the front desk. And I've heard a couple of different stories. The first story is that she was in a turn lane and went to turn left and turned left in front of a truck, which I find very hard to believe because that just doesn't sound like my mom. Second story I've heard, and this was actually, I heard it from some folks who work at the gas station across the street, which I'll show you guys in a minute, that mom stopped in there for whatever reason and then got back in the car and came across the street and got hit. I find it very hard to believe that mom would do that. And if you look, it's really only the back end of the car that got smashed in. I posted that video with footage of the car on my channel yesterday. It already had been shared internally within my family, but I didn't see the harm really in posting it as a lesson. Like, you know, all of the white stuff hanging down from everywhere, those were airbags. I got up on that. They brought the car out and they put it down, you know, for us to go through, and we had to put on these, you know, vests and stuff. The second I saw it, though, I was sick. I was sick to my stomach. That's why I put a warning on there, because it's not pretty. So, diagram. That gas station across the street is the one we were talking about. So apparently, she supposedly went in there. It's got a McDonald's attached to it. But there's a left turn lane coming from that direction. So actually, let's just do the route that she would have taken. Coming from our house and going to work. We're going to do it a little backwards. We're going to do it backwards. Don't worry, I'll film it so you guys can see. But we'll do it to where, let me get out there so you guys can see it. Footage actually exists, but I have to have a policeman come with me, which is not a problem. So, I don't know. I can't seem to make it over to this other gas station in enough time to be able to talk to a manager. So we're gonna go up a little bit and come back down. I just wanted to make this video to kind of memorialize it, everything. My brother and I were here literally 2 days after it happened. No skid marks on the road. No. Well, my brother actually found pieces of my car, one of which I think he kept. But you know how, like, when there's a horrific accident, you can go and you can see all the tire marks and skid marks and things like that from when people try to stop. Yeah, none of that. None of it at all. There's a sheriff up here. I'm not supposed to be holding my phone. And of course, we have to turn around right in front of them. I have a huge distrust of law enforcement. I shouldn't have, but I do. And it's only because, actually, it's literally because of this situation. For me, it's more correct to do the right thing than to be, you know, all who you know. All right, here we go. So this is the route. And we're gonna follow the story that does not go into the gas station. Because that to me doesn't make any sense. The police diagram on the police report says that she was coming from the turn lane up here. It doesn't make any sense for her to come from the turn lane if she's coming across from that gas station. Right there, where McDonald's is. So, this is the turn lane. And whoever, well, I know who it was, but the person who was coming the other way was coming, I believe they were coming over the hill, but they also could have been coming from that on-ramp over there. Bam. So she never made it to work. She almost made it all the way across. So, granted, I wasn't there, but I find it hard to think. Whoever was hitting her was only going the speed limit, which is 45 miles an hour. You can't do all that damage to the car at 45 miles an hour. So if they were coming over that bridge right there, they would have had enough speed. Actually, if they had been merging too, they would have had enough speed, but anyway, always wear your seatbelt. If Mom had been wearing her seatbelt, yeah, she would have been banged up and bruised, and my car probably still would have been totaled, but at least she'd be here. And, you know, wouldn't have been thrown around the car the way that she was. Literally, right here. Always make your wishes known. Put them on paper. Make sure somebody you trust knows what your wishes are. Going back home now. Peace and love, y'all. Bye.